Do women really want you to open up, to share your emotions and express how you're feeling? I want you to watch this footage that I shot of me interviewing a girl, and I want you to listen to her description of what women are really asking for.
Do you think it's true that men in modern society think and behave a lot more like women?
I think it's becoming more and more acceptable, and if anything, like, women are asking for men to be a little bit more like emotional and open with their emotions and stuff like that, because that's just healthy. Like, that's not masculine or feminine. It's just healthy to be like open. Yeah.
I appreciate this girl for saying this because she's absolutely right. Women are asking men more and more to share their emotions. As a man, that can be fucking confusing. A lot of men have had this experience of their partner begging them to open up, to be more emotional, to be more vulnerable. And when they do, the reaction is not good. The woman actually loses attraction for them. And so the man thinks, well, shit, I shouldn't have done that. I wish I'd kept my emotions to myself. I really regret that. The worst story about this that I ever read was a US soldier who was returning from Iraq, and he was really, really closed down in his relationship. He couldn't share because he actually had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And after many, many months of her begging him to open up, he did, and he shared how he was feeling, how terrified he was, and she completely lost attraction for him. You know, gone was that masculine frame, that strength that she saw in him, that leadership. Suddenly she saw him as somebody to be pitied, you know, somebody who was weak and pathetic. Within months, the relationship was over. So what's the solution in situations like this? I mean, obviously, in that situation, what you want to do is avoid low-quality women like that soldier's wife. That's no good at all. A real woman would support her partner, especially a returning soldier who has PTSD. She wouldn't use that as an excuse to leave the relationship. But beyond that, even if you're in a relationship with a high-quality woman, you still need to be careful around the topic of your emotions. You need to walk a very fine line between sharing your feelings and still maintaining your masculine frame. It's a balancing act, and you can't be simple about this. You can't just put a blanket rule, I'll just never share my emotions, because you're going to come across as a robot, somebody who's not strong enough to actually feel and open up about what they're going through. That actually is perceived by women as weakness. Repression isn't masculine. It doesn't make you seem strong. A woman in a relationship with a man wants him to have the courage necessary to actually feel his emotions. If you never share your emotions ever, at all, eventually she will lose attraction for you. But even knowing that, you have to be extremely careful. You can't just overcorrect. This is not a situation where more equals better. So the more I share my emotions, the more attracted she's going to be. No, no, no. Overly emotional men are not attractive to women. They're not, because women are attracted to confidence. You know, all women, they date up. They're looking for somebody with a strong masculine frame, somebody who has demonstrable leadership qualities. She needs to see you this way. She needs to see you as this strong man leader in the relationship. And if you're too emotional, then you're going to lose that, and she'll lose attraction. So how do you walk that fine line? How do you find the balance? Well, the trick is that when you're sharing your emotions, you have to do it within a masculine frame. So as an example, you might be extremely emotional and you'd say to her, I'm processing some unresolved trauma from my childhood. It's really, really distressing and I'm going through something right now, but I feel strong enough to get through it. I'm confident that I'm going to come out the other side a stronger and better man. When it's framed like that, you've got permission to be emotional and vulnerable, and that's going to allow her to connect with you, to deepen the relationship, to really deepen that bonding. But at no point did you lose your masculine frame. At all points, you're getting across to her that you're a man and you're on top of it. What you're broadcasting is that your emotions are normal, natural, and healthy, and that feeling them is making you stronger. At all times, you're staying within that masculine frame. And you need to, because the moment that you leave that frame is when everything goes to shit. Even while you're expressing your emotions and being vulnerable, you're still strong. You don't want to be needy, because that's really unattractive. You don't want to be saying to her, I can't cope with this, I'm completely overwhelmed, I need you to fix this for me. If neediness is the undertone that's being broadcasted while you're expressing your emotions, she will lose attraction for you. It's completely normal for her to do so. She's not with you because she needs another girlfriend who she can cry with. She wants a boyfriend. She wants a man. She's attracted to you because of your leadership, because of your strength. She wants a man who can have emotions and comfortably share them. not a man who has emotions and is sunk by them. If your emotions get on top of you and you're a complete mess and you can't cope with life, well then she now has to be the leader in the relationship. She has to pick up the pieces. She has to take care of you. And that's not what she wants to do. She doesn't want to be your mother. You need to stay in your masculine role and allow her to stay in her feminine role. So when she's saying, I want you to share more of your emotions with me, understand that there's a limit to how far that goes. She wants to hear what you're going through, but she doesn't want any expectation of being the one to fix you or to take care of you. She doesn't want that responsibility. In her mind, that's your job. You're the man. You're meant to be on top of this stuff. Really, it's all just about personal responsibility. It's up to you to take charge of your emotions. So what do you do if you genuinely don't have the strength to feel your emotions without becoming needy about it, without expecting the girlfriend that you have to mother you? The brutal truth is that you're not ready for a relationship. You need to sort yourself out first. Do whatever you need to start fostering a healthy relationship with your own emotions. Talk to friends, talk to a therapist, talk to yourself, meditate, do whatever you need to do. But I strongly advise that you don't enter into a relationship until you've done it. Make sure that you have that strong masculine frame in place. You need to be in such a position of strength that your sense of self is not threatened by unresolved emotions. If you have a whole bunch of unresolved emotions or unexpressed trauma, you should sort that out first, at least to the point where when you're processing it during a relationship, you're not looking to her to fix it. Otherwise, what's really the point of even having a relationship? It's doomed from the start. If you're overly emotional and needy, then she's not going to be attracted to you anyway.